Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, I'm not sure. And my name is Zhenya. I'm streaming from Calgary, Canada, and it looks like it's kind of cold outside and it looks like it's going to snow. But anyway, welcome to Ukrainian Dating.tv, the world's first and only by donation video stream dating platform designed to give Western men opportunity to meet single Slavic women and understand how to win hearts of Ukrainian women. Sorry, I'm reading. I'm just still in training. And sorry, I'm a little late. I couldn't figure things out here with the microphone. But anyway, so here it is. I'm going to play you a little video here. And then we talk about this, okay?
Everybody's going to have character flaws. Some people might be late, some people might be messy, some people might not be as intelligent as you like. But deal breakers might be, I don't want somebody who can't regulate their emotions and gets too angry. I can't cope with that. I can't cope with somebody who doesn't check in on me and doesn't even see if I'm good or bad, just gets on with their day and is super independent. I can't be with someone who's disloyal. Once you know your deal breakers, instead of focusing on all the things that you love about a man, just focus on the deal breakers. He could be amazing on a million things, but if he's got even one of your deal breakers, the relationship will deteriorate. But if he's got none of the deal breakers, and maybe he's not the most handsome person in the world, or maybe he's not the most successful, but he's got no deal breakers, that person is a green flag. So just know your own red flags and your own deal breakers, and you'll be good to go. Oh, I love that.
Okay, guys, so here we are. Okay, so let's focus on the topic today. Yes, I have to admit that for all the women, the Slavic women, Ukrainian, Russian, Polish, basically Slavic women I know of, we tend to be with a man that makes us happy, that doesn't give us grief, and for the most part, that we're not chasing money. Like, okay, I don't want to this North American women, because not all of them are super modern, like quite a few of them are these days. But yeah, so to me personally, deal breakers, again, just speaking of my own experience before, yes, I was with a man for a long time, like 15 plus years, and I tried to look see the best in him. And yeah, there were this little, like, for the most part, he would be super nice to me, right? But then these deal breakers, it's like, what we want is consistency, right? You can't be just super nice, super nice, and then all of a sudden you just snap, and then just freak out for no reason, right? So stability, that what we care for, right? Yes, Santos, we did start live. Good evening from Philippines. Hi from Philippines. How's the weather in Philippines, by the way? Not like here, it's gonna snow here, but this is Calgary for you. Originally, I'm from Ukraine. Yes, I was raised there. Yes, I was born in Russia, but I was raised in Ukraine. It doesn't matter, but yeah, so I would like to see some questions. You guys ask me questions that you want me to answer. And yes, the deal breakers, it doesn't have to be like something really major, right? It's those little red flags where it just kind of, how should I put it? Just trying to translate it from Russian to English. So it's like, a cup, you have a cup and it's little drops, drop by drop by drop, and eventually this cup will overflow, right? So yeah, it's I would prefer to be with a man who's stable mentally and emotionally, because people think, some women think, just because the man financially stable, that's all that takes, right? Well, that's modern women, right? But traditional women, we like mentally and emotionally stable men, right? Because at the end, because money, it comes and goes. You can make a bad investment one day and then you lose it all, right? But if you support your wife, mentally, because us women, we're emotional creatures. You guys are more logical, right? And we need this emotional and mental support from you, and vice versa, of course. Yes. Ma'am, by the way, what is my name is Zhenya. Zhenya. Yes. Zhenya, I go by Jeannie because it's easier for people to pronounce. Zhenya is not that easy. Okay, if the financial situation of a man collapses, will this be a deal breaker for many Slavic ladies? No, Santos. Honestly, the women that I know of and I've met and my friends, no, it doesn't matter. Like I said, you can have all the money in the world, right? And if you don't have true love, um, it doesn't matter because okay, so these modern women, yes, they chase men for a wallet, but the way we look at life, okay, yes, of course, money makes life easier. Of course, it's a proven fact, right? But at the same time, okay, just like from my own experience, right? So I was with a man who had a lot of money before, right? And I I I was with him not because of his money. No, no, not at all. Because he was really nice to me, right? But then at the same time, he would just, lose his mind over little things because he's in a bad mood, right? So I tried to look, to see the best in him for the longest time. But then, it was just like I couldn't take it anymore after 15 plus years, right? So for us, we, like, for example, even my grandma and my grandpa, they are pinnacle of relationships for me. So they are perfect, right? And they always supported each other. I mean, my grandpa passed away a few years ago, but my grandma stuck with him, right? And there were times when, yes, they were short on money, but she never left him. And she could have if she wanted to. She was a really good looking lady, but no. And when he last 3 years that he was really sick, he had cancer, and then he couldn't feed himself, he couldn't change himself, so my grandma did that. And I know it's kind of a dark note, but he even asked her, because he knew that she was suffering as well. But he even asked her, she's like, well, he said, why don't you just, kill me? And she said, no, it's, you're the love of my life. So she stuck around with him till the day he passed away, and she was there for him. And that they were truly in love, right? And I'm the same way. More like a lot of all the women that I know that grow up in Ukraine, especially, like here, yeah, you can have Ukrainian roots, but then the mental state of women here is different, especially nowadays with the internet, and then all these trends, and women trying to influence, that's a very bad influence, that they chase men for money. And Slavic women, we're not like this, right? Because we grow up, we have different outlook on life, we have different values. I was raised to be a wife, okay, to make a house into a home, to make my husband, my boyfriend happy. We that's how we are raised, okay. The man is the provider, not necessarily 100% provider, because us, we also work, okay. It's not like we just sit at home and just do the dishes and do the laundry and cook. No, of course. Unless if the man, he wants his wife to stay home and take care of the children instead of hiring, babysitter, this, that, right? Then that's a different situation. Yes, I understand. But most Ukrainian women that I know of, they all work. They all support, put in, they pay the bills as well, right? So it's joint, it's union, right? So, and it's never like 50-50. It could be like 80-20, like Santos mentioned earlier, that if a man, for example, gets laid off, no, it's not going to be a deal breaker. If it's true love, there's a saying in Russian. So with the soulmate, okay, I'm trying to translate. Hold on a second. Okay, so with your soulmate, even in the hut is a paradise. If that makes sense. Yeah, it does make sense. Okay, so no, Santos is Genia, Jenia. Well, I guess this works. It's with the E. Anyway, Genie. Okay, Genie. It's really precious. Thank you. Many women nowadays. Yes, well, this is why you need to find yourself a Slavic woman, because okay, so honestly, I like to watch some videos on YouTube and stuff, and just learning the psyche of modern women in North America, obviously. It's kind of a shock to me, even though I've lived here for 25 years now. It will be 25 years in May. And it's still a shock to me, even though I'm kind of used to it. But then I just watch these videos how women, all they really care about is money and looks and whatever. Oh, the man has to be 6'4". Why? Why does the man has to be 6'4"? And to me, I mean, of course, I have to be physically attracted to a man, right? But he doesn't have to be, I don't know, Robert De Niro because I have a crush on Robert De Niro. But anyway, you know what I mean? It's the personality first, the way the man treats his woman, right? Chivalry. Here, modern women, they don't like it when you open the door for a woman. She's like, oh, I can do it on my own. Yeah, I'm sure you can do it on your own, right? And they say, well, we don't need men. I watched this and it's really blowing my mind, because I mean, what do you mean you don't need men? When your car breaks down, who you going to a woman? No. The only thing that you can ask for a woman is cut your hair, do your nails, basically, right? I mean, so we do need men. I mean, Slavic women, we do need men. We are feminine. We're not feminists, okay? So yes, so just Slavic women, we want to fall in love, okay? We still believe in chivalry. We like when men open doors for us, they buy us flowers, like little chocolates or something like this, candy, whatever it is, like small things. We don't expect you to go and buy us like a necklace that's $10,000. No, that's not what we want. Of course, yes. I mean, if you can afford it and if you love your woman, you want to get her a present and the sky is the limit, go ahead, of course. But we don't chase money. Okay, that's not our priority. Like I said, it's always good to be stable, of course, financially stable, especially if you want to start a family. So we are also logical when it comes to it, right? We wouldn't want to start a family with someone who doesn't have a steady job, doesn't have to have a own house or whatever. Like, you can work on it together, right? As a couple, once you get together, you can buy a house together, whatever. But the stability, that's the most important thing. So when a man is unstable, like I said, with my previous relationship, like I said, he would be super nice. He would buy me expensive things, and the next thing I know, something snaps in his mind and he just loses his mind, right? For no reason. And then runs back to me and starts crying and saying, I'm sorry, I really want to make it up to you. And then again, buying me things. And it's very emotionally draining. So to me, I would much rather just honestly to be single than to be with someone who's, well, obviously mentally unstable. And yeah, we want to, just like men, we also want to have, like, to come home, and for our home to be a haven, a heaven, if you ask me, just to come home, forget about the outside world, what's happening out there, just come home, have a nice um homemade dinner, have a conversation, maybe give each other a massage. That's what we are. That's how I love to treat my man, with love and respect. And I don't like to argue with him. And we take criticism just fine. If there's something that needs to be fixed, tweaked, negotiated, that's fine. We are very laid back women. So we don't like to argue. Okay, we just don't. And the man is a leader, not the boss. There's a difference between the boss and the leader. So of course, we like our man to lead, because men, they are stronger gender, obviously, physically, emotionally stable. Because women, yes, we have our mood swings, especially that time of the month. So, but so yeah, basically, deal breakers. It's mostly it's it's mostly based on how the man behaves. Money, like I said, both of us can work on it, right? You get laid off, I'll pull the weight. Sorry to say this, but in the men Western countries, there's a bad image about Ukrainian and Russian women, ladies, that many of them are gold diggers. Okay, well, yes, of course, people say that, and I know it happened. Of course, it happens, but I I haven't met one yet. But yeah, of course, people think, yeah, and I mean, and again, what about these modern um mm, like North American women, right? At least, I mean, I guess they're really upfront about this, because they just say, yes, I want a man 6'5". I want him to make $200,000 a year, and then he has to pay all the bills. And then they claim that they're so independent, right? But then they want the man to pay for everything, and they don't want to contribute. They don't even cook, not. But again, it's just my own experience. I'm not trying to bash anybody here, And of course, like you mentioned yourself, of course it happens. I mean, you have to take a chance. I mean, I never thought that I would find happiness. And I'm 42 years old, and I finally found my happiness. But I never thought that was possible for me. I mean, you have to take a chance, right? Even when you start a new job, you never know if it's gonna work out or not. If you're gonna get along with your coworkers, with your boss, it might seem very exciting, but then it doesn't work out. So I mean, you have to use your intuition, of course, and obviously common sense. I mean, this is why we have coaches here, so we can coach you how to deal with Ukrainian women, how to maybe spot a gold digger. But in our dating service, all the women, they're actually screened for a long time. We take our time and pride, and we put a lot of effort into screening our women. So all the women here, all they want to do is find love, because in the end, everybody wants love. Even though, like, women say that, oh, what do I need a man for? I'm just happy by myself. I pay all my bills, this, that. But it gets boring after a while. Yeah, when you're young, yeah, maybe in your 20s, early 20s, you run around, whatever, do party, this, that. And you don't think you need a man, but everybody wants a companionship. I know I do. I might not want to have many friends, but I want someone there that I come home to, that when I'm having a bad day, I'm emotional, I just want a shoulder to cry on, and I just want a hug. Okay, maybe a kiss. That's that's how we are. And yes, Santos, you might think, yes, you say that some Ukrainian women, I mean, that happens, but it happens everywhere. It's not just Ukrainian, not just Russian. I know a lot of Asian women that gold diggers as well, that they find a husband, they come to North America, like America, Canada, wherever, and then get the citizenship and then divorce them, take half of their stuff, right? So it's just, it's a roulette, right? You have to take your chances, and I mean, if you're not going to take your chances, you're never going to find out. You just have to be a little bit careful in choosing your partner, of course. That's why we encourage you to talk to ladies, and don't base anything on looks, okay? Because, okay, again, with the looks, right? You can be the most beautiful woman, but if you have a crappy personality, all it takes, okay, a car accident, for example, boom, you're handicapped, or something happens to your face, you're messed up. So all you have is your personality, right? Left. And if you don't have a good personality, then your looks are gone. Who the heck is gonna want you then, right? So you obviously you have to use your, like I said, intuition. You have to read, like, I don't know, but yes, kind of hard to read body language when you're not in person. But again, after you, okay, for Ukrainian ladies, what is the main deal? I would say that's that would be emotionally unstable man. I think so. That's to me. Because just like man, we also want a peace of mind. We don't want to worry about the man just. Also, I guess, that would be the main deal breaker for me. If a man has, mood swings and whatever, that would be the ultimate deal breaker for us. Financial, no. And again, also a deal breaker would be abuse. We don't like, also, we don't like controlling, obsessive, possessive men also. We like a man who leads, but not just pushes you into doing things that you might not like, okay? Also, a constructive criticism, we take it just fine. If you don't like us to, obviously, to wear certain outfits. But again, if Ukrainian women, I don't know if you have seen pictures of Ukrainian women on Ukrainian dating on a website, but if you look at their pictures, there's nothing like these modern women. We don't have pictures like that. Showing off our assets and stuff. All of them are classy. Some of them are I find a little cheesy, but cheesy is good too. That's how we are. We're a little cheesy, because we're feminine women. So yes, we like take pictures with the flowers and all this kind of stuff, right? So yeah, so we basically, deal breakers is abusive, emotionally and mentally unstable. What else? These are the two deal breakers that I can think of myself. But but I mean, like I said, financial. That's no. If you lose your job, I mean, we will definitely motivate you to get a better job, and it's just comfort you. It's just, I mean, things happen in life. Good things happen, bad things happen. You never know what's gonna happen, right? I mean, worry, walking across the street, boom, hit by a bus. I mean, it's kind of a dark turn, but do you know where I'm coming from, right? In Infidelity? Well, yes. Hello. Infidelity. Definitely infidelity. Yes, I forgot about that. I guess. Yes, infidelity, definitely. I mean, I believe that if you decide, if you choose to be with a person and you decide to get married, you decide to have a family, not even getting married, just if you decide to be in a relationship, then you should be loyal, right? You can't just go out there and then be like, oh, well, excuse me, oh, you know, I was going through some stuff, I got drunk, you know, no excuses, you know, because getting drunk, again, yes, might obviously messes with your head. So, yeah, you might make stupid decisions, right? But then it was your decision to get drunk, knowing that you might make stupid decisions when you're drunk, right? So, infidelity, of course, yes. That's just a slap on the face and a punch anywhere you can imagine, right? If you're with someone and you give your heart, your body, your soul to the person, you expect them to give you the same, right? I mean, you wouldn't want your wife to cheat on you, right? So, of course, infidelity is a huge deal breaker for me. I know for a fact if my man cheated on me, I would be gone. Because if I give you my love, I give you everything I can offer you, everything I have, and you take it for granted, then I'm gonna be gone. Like I said, you know, sometimes it would probably even be better to be alone if the man doesn't treat you right. If he's cheating on you, if he freaks out on you for no reason, then all these little red flags, they might seem little, you know, just even like raising a voice at your woman for just no reason because you're just in a cranky mood and you just yell at her. It's little by little, but it adds up. And then at one point, it might take a year, it might take 15 years. But then when the cup is full, that's it. We just go. Because why? Why stay somewhere where you're not happy? So we are looking for love. We are looking for happiness. You know, we don't need a lot of money. We just need you to be loyal. And we are loyal back to you as well. Because I don't see the point of being in a relationship if you're just going to be doing your own thing. So what's the point? Why? And Ukrainian women, we are traditional. We want to get married. We want to have family. You know, we love this. We are raised this way. I watched everybody in my family. You know, and what? Sorry, I'm just gonna read a little. Can you tell? Is it true what I heard before that Jana stopped working? Oh, you're asking me. I would know. Okay. Yes, she was a good presenter. Yes, she was. Yeah, I'm fairly new here, so I'm just getting used to this. So, what else here? Let me see. Do you have any more questions for me at all? Because it seems like it's only Santos here. Santos, do you have any more questions for me? Okay. Trying to tell the difference between the men. Okay. Well. Okay. So, just out of let's say just working experience, right? The boss will tell you what to do, expect you to do things, you know, and sometimes explain it to you once and then expect you to understand, especially if it explain it the first time, right? So they will expect you, they will yell at you, they will be disappointed, point out, you know, your shortcomings, this, that. But the leader actually leads. He shows you how to do things, you know, he's patient, he's compassionate. And of course, expectations, yes, you have to have expectations. So a man has expectations of his wife, his woman, and we also have expectations from our men, exactly, right? But this is where the both parties come, and you have the communication is the key to any relationship. So you have to communicate. If there's something you don't like, then you have to tell her, okay, sweetheart, okay, this happened. And then we never like to argue or take our dirty laundry out there, so it all has to happen in the privacy of both parties, right? So a leader, yes, more compassionate. He wants to see you succeed. Boss wants to succeed himself. What all the boss cares about is himself, what he gains out of you, what you have to offer to him. The leader shows you the compassion, leads you in the right way, and he cares about both parties, not just what he gains out of you, but what you gain out of him, what you learn from him. The constructive criticism, it's actually needed in every relationship. I find it's very important, right? You have to have expectations. If you don't have expectations, then it's just, I don't know, kind of like blah relationship. Okay. What do you say? What do you say about the difference in the mindset when it comes to raising the kids? Taking into account that the man is not coming from Slavic cultural backgrounds. Well, I don't have kids, but what should I say? Well, I know a lot of people here, um, because in Canada here there are obviously people from all over the world. It's like the most diverse country in the world. And okay, so I go to the gym, and I actually talk to a lot of women there, and a lot of them, they're from different cultures, right? Again, it's well, it's really up to the couple how to raise the kids, right? I think both cultures should be integrated, and I'm thinking take the best out of both worlds, right? And bring it together, right? It's really up to you what you think is more appropriate for your child to learn. Some things should probably be left behind, somewhere else, and not introduced to children. I don't know, but this modern thing here is not really something that I don't agree with. But again, you are in the Philippines, right? I don't know how you raise children there. I know that in Ukraine, again, women are raised to be a homemaker. Okay, so we are all raised. It's not pushed upon us. No. Ever since I was a kid, I just watched my family. My grandma, my mom, my auntie, my great grandma get together every single holiday, just get together and start cooking. So that's something that's traditional to us. So ever since I was 5 years old, I started cooking. Well, I started making my own sandwiches. So this is we're crafty. So sewing, knitting. If I had a daughter, definitely she would have to follow into my footsteps. She would have to know how to cook. She would have to like cleaning. I didn't used to like cleaning when I was a kid, when I was actually forced into it. But I thank my mom, my grandma, my great grandma for pushing me into it. Because, well, who likes to clean, especially when they're kids? Because it's a chore. I'd rather go hang out with friends. But no, that's a structure that we have. We build our children, man to be strong, to be a provider, to be a protector, of definitely a protector. So the man, yes, I'm pretty sure that I used to have some friends from Philippines a long time ago, and basically, from what I understand, your women is pretty similar to Ukrainian women, as far as I know. And I mean, if she moves, let's say, if she moves to Philippines, so you're gonna be surrounded by Filipino people, right? So it's most likely, if you're having kids there, the Filipino side would be more dominant compared to Ukrainian, right? If you move to Ukraine, probably the Ukrainian traditions would be a little bit more dominant than. But then again, like I said, when you're with your wife, you two sit down. Don't listen to your family, because family sometimes create troubles. So it's up to you and your woman how you want to raise your kids. So that's why you sit down, you communicate, you decide. Oh, I don't think. Oh, okay. No. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought he was. No. Okay, let me see. Yes. Oh no, never mind. Sorry. I thought. No. Okay. Sorry, Santos. Where are you from, Santos? I'm so sorry. Okay. But anyways, but where are you from, Santos? Oh, sorry. It was just right onto the. Okay. Okay. But well, but still, to answer your question, you would have to communicate with your wife, with you. And it's a very important question. And like I said, before you even get married, you have to discuss these things. It doesn't matter where you're from, where she's from. Let's say she's from Jamaica, right? Every country, every nation they all have their own beliefs, religions also, and traditions as well. So you would have to compromise somewhere, right? Some people, they're not religious, so maybe they don't want the children to grow up being religious, but let's say the other partner is religious, right? So it's really up to you. But as far as I know, Slavic and Ukrainian women, we're pretty flexible. All we want is the best for our children. Okay, that's all we want. So like I said, take the best of both worlds and make it one, because you're going to be the union and your child is going to be the product of this union. So of course it's important to have both traditions integrated into one, right? And then your child will marry someone else, and then they might have different traditions also. Again, it's the union. So then that's when you need to, before you get serious, you need to, especially if that's what you want, right? Obviously you're on here because you want to find a good wife, a good mother to your children, correct? So when you start talking to the lady, you like her, she likes you, you go to meet her, or however you like, she comes to meet you. I mean, not the first date, but once you start seeing each other for longer period of time. And when you think she might be the one, she thinks you're the one, before you get any further, it's very important for both of you to sit down and have this conversation. How are we going to raise kids? Because kids is the most important thing, most important creature. If Ukrainian woman wants kids and the man don't want kids, will it be a deal breaker for her? I could be. Yeah, I think so. I think so, yes. Because I know that Ukrainian women, like I said, we are raised to get married. That it's not even like I said, it's not even pushed upon us. No, it's not that. It's just I grew up watching Even though, yes, my parents got divorced, but my mom got remarried to my stepdad. My stepdad, I consider him my father. Okay, he's my dad, don't care. And he raised me, he loved me as his own, he still does. Also, my grandparents divorced as well, but they got, my grandma met my grandpa. Again, not biological, but my real grandpa. He was the one who raised me, he was the one who gave me love, and that's all that mattered to me. And then I was growing up, I just watched them, I'd never seen my grandparents argue. Not once, never, ever. If they had a disagreement, ooh, fruit fly. Ooh. Anyway, if they had a disagreement, they would just make a cup of tea for and have some cookies, or my grandma loves to bake, so usually like some kind of cake, and they would just communicate. They just sit down and talk like grown adults with no drama, that again, different generation. And then again, it's people that grew up in Ukraine, we have a different mindset. Like I said, I have been here for 25 years, but I already came here when I was 18 years old. So I grew up in Ukraine. So my mindset is Ukrainian. Even though, yes, of course, after 25 years of living here, I'm a little bit of Canadianized just because I have to fit in, I guess, right? But I'm still Ukrainian. I'm still traditional woman. I will always be a traditional woman, right? But okay, me personally, it's kind of a little bit of a topic that I prefer not to talk about, because I want to have kids, but I can't. But I know for a fact, if a man didn't want to have kids with me and I wanted to, probably would have to split up, because it's something that most women dream of ever since they're little kids, right? And I mean, unless the husband can convince her that, could be okay with not having kids, and if she's okay with it, yes. But for the most part, it probably will be a deal breaker. Not gonna sugarcoat poop, okay? Because it is what it is. We are born this way. It's in our genes, it's in our blood. That's yes. So yeah, so having kids, just to, just for legacy. And I've always wanted to have a kid, and dress her, if it's a girl, dress her up. If it's a boy, martial arts, this, that, right? But yes, that it would be a deal breaker. But then again, it could be, she could see that, I mean, if she's really in love with you, right? And if she wants to be with you no matter what, then it won't be a deal breaker. Okay, will it be a deal breaker for Ukrainian woman if she's not in exclusive relationship? Yeah. I mean, okay, so let's say, sorry, maybe it's a little dry. Anyway, so if, let's say just the beginning of the relationship, you know what, if you start talking, okay, I understand, like, maybe a first week, blah, 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 you're still talking to another woman here and there. But if you guys develop feelings for each other, yes, of course we want to be exclusive. Like, who wants to share her man? Would you like to share your woman with someone? Would you like to, if she's talking to other guys? Pretty sure you wouldn't. I know I wouldn't want my man to talk to other women. No, hell no. That would be not only a deal breaker, it would be a hailstorm. Okay. Yes, I do not want to share my man, and I'm sure my man doesn't want to share me. And I know you wouldn't want to share your woman. So yes, of course it's a deal breaker. I mean, that just says that you're playing with her mind, you're playing with her emotions, you're just playing with her feelings. You kind of want to keep her there just in case, and who wants to be a second choice or a third choice? Nobody wants that. Nobody does. I know I don't. I'd rather be no choice at all. I would exclude myself from that equation than just to sit there hoping, okay, well, he's talking to another woman. And it makes me, doesn't make me want to compete, but yes, you kind of put a woman in a competition with another woman, which is not fair to either of them. Because, like I said, Ukrainian and Slavic women, we like stability. Stability, like I said, emotional, mental, financial, of course, yes. But again, we don't care if you make $1 million or whatever. Like, as long as we have a home to live in, bills are paid, we have food, kids are fed, the house is clean. That's the basics. That's what Ukrainian women are okay with. Don't need, the moon and the stars. Well, technically you can get them, but anyway. But my point is that, yeah, if you're just gonna be talking to other women and seeing other women, that's cheating. That's cheating. Then don't. Like, if you're not ready to date, if you're not ready to commit, then just stay single. Period. Don't try and start look for a woman. I mean, unless you're talking to the woman, right? But you tell her up front, okay, listen, I want to be friends for now. I want to get to know you, to see what it's like, and be upfront with her and tell her, yes, I am talking to this other lady, and we're also friends, but I just want to get the feel from both of you, and maybe she'll be okay with it. I really doubt it. Will it be a deal breaker for Ukrainian woman if a man wants to split the bill at dinner place at the beginning of relationship? Well, okay. My personal opinion. Okay, like I said, it's my stream. I only talk from my personal experience, my personal opinion. So, okay, if a man is asking me out on a date, first date, right? So I expect him to pay, right? I don't expect to go to a 5-star restaurant. No, first date for me, I don't even want to go to a restaurant because you order food, and then what if you guys don't even click, right? Okay, let's say it's based on, you met her, you think she's beautiful, she thinks you're good looking. Okay, let's, texted each other, whatnot. And then you go to a dinner, and then you realize that you really have nothing in common. Then you're stuck at dinner, right? No. But, okay, so the first date, I think it should be something simple, a coffee, maybe bring her a flower, that's actually, we love flowers. I personally love plants, but yes, flowers as well. In the beginning of a relationship, I believe a man should be a gentleman. Well, okay, so there's an example for you, I'm gonna steer a conversation a little bit in a different direction. Well, stay in the same direction, but let's say animals, right? So let's say birds, for example, right? Usually most birds mate for life, right? And males, they're usually colorful. The females actually not colorful. They're plain looking. But the man, or so the male, they build nests. They invite the female to come to look at the nest. She doesn't approve. She walks away, right? So, but I'm not saying that you have to show her the bank account. No. But if you are inviting a woman to, like, in the beginning of relationships, you want to open the door for your lady, show her that you're a gentleman, and yes, of course, it's not that we expect it. No, I shouldn't say expect, but we would prefer if a man, yeah, I mean, if a guy asks me out on first date, and if it's a date, if it's just two people getting together just to whatever lunch, let's say, yes, of course, I'm fine with going 50-50. But if you are asking me out on a date and you want to court me, you show me some chivalry and stuff, then I do kind of expect you to, okay, not kind of, I do expect you to pay, right? And again, it doesn't have to be a top-notch restaurant. It can be something simple, right? It's not the fact that, that, how should I put it? It's not the fact that, we're okay with paying half, yes, but excuse me, but if you want to win her over, right? If this is just, yes, you should pay for the dinner, right? Because otherwise she can probably stay home and cook her own dinner. Slavic women cook and we cook. Mwah! So good. So I don't even like to go out to dinners because I cook better here. So yeah, but also date night's important. Once you're in a relationship, you also want to keep that spark going. So take her out. Sometimes, maybe on a mini vacation, go hiking, just something nice to show her because you're a man, right? So you're a strong creature. You're to protect, you are to provide, you are to take care of your woman in that way. And we are programmed, we are born with it to be nurturing, to give you peace. You come home from a long day of work, you're stressed out, the boss yelled at you, whatever. What you should expect from your woman is to come home and not hear nagging and not her bitching, excuse me, but, to come home so she can give you a hug, she can, give you a kiss and ask you how your day was, serve dinner. Like I love to cook, and I really find pleasure in it, and just to comfort your man, right? So if you expect your woman to be your haven, right, you should understand that it's give and take, right? So I believe that a man, it's the simple things to take her out to dinner, right? Like I said, that doesn't have to be expensive. So it's you showing her that in the future, she doesn't have to worry about, okay, paying bills and this and that, right? And then again, we have no problems splitting the bill. We have no problems paying the bills at all, right? But you have to show the woman, if you are interested, if that's your goal, is to get married and have a healthy and successful relationship, loving and caring, you have to show that you are a man, right? You are the man for her, right? And okay, what Ukrainian women feel if a man wants to share a bill at the restaurant? Well, I mean, okay, if the man is picking the restaurant, I think he should be the one paying for the bill. If she picks the restaurant, okay, because, scenario here. I have seen this on YouTube somewhere. So the man takes this woman out on a date. He wanted to woo her, blah, blah, blah. So he takes her to a 5-star restaurant. Appetizer alone was like $60, right? Each. So he's taking her out. He took her out for this beautiful dinner. Obviously, the bill was like $350 or something like that, right? And then he was expecting her to come home with him because he spent all this money, right? And then she says, no, I'm not going to go home with you. This is first date. What are you talking about? Right? And he's like, okay, let's split it. I don't think it's fair. She was not expecting to go to a fancy restaurant, and then now she has to pay half, right? So $175 plus the tip, right? So it's not fair, right? But if she picks the restaurant, let's say, if she wants to go to a fancy restaurant, she should have her own money just if something goes sideways. That's just common sense. You don't go to a dinner without your wallet because you never know what the first date, how it might end. You might not have anything in common other than the superficial things, right? Okay, Santos, so will it be a deal breaker if a man asks to share the financial expenses of a family to the maximum possible a lady can do? I mean, if you guys are married, everything is shared, correct? And I mean, okay, so once you move in together, so yes, of course, unless you want her to, okay, so if you want her to stay home, be a mother, be a wife, be a maid, be a chef, then you obviously you would have to provide, right? A babysitter as well, because those things, I mean, as being a mother, being a wife, if you expect to come home to a clean house, a homemade meal, clean house, kids fed, clean, did their homework, this, that, you have to understand that it's gonna have to be you, right? Unless she has like a little like side something, right? So she can buy the groceries, right? Again, it depends on the relationship. I have seen a lot of relationships where a lady, a woman, she's the bread maker, and the husband stays at home and raises children. He's a house husband, right? But let's say you don't have kids, you move in together. Yeah, I think it's fair enough. It's fair enough you share the responsibility of paying bills. Again, also, depending on how much who makes, I think, yeah, 50-50 would be okay. But if she is making significantly less than you can't expect her to go 50-50, right? It's common sense. And you also, I think, if I were a man, I wouldn't want my woman to pay for anything, right? As long as if she really loves me, if she shows me love, if she does everything that I want her to do, I don't see the reason for her to pay for anything, right? Because cooking takes hours. I know, because I make everything from scratch. So if you had to go out every single day to eat on your own without a woman, right? You have to spend money, right? So again, depends on the situation, but I don't think. I mean, I've seen my mom, my stepdad together. I've seen my mom and my dad together. They were together for 7 years prior to splitting up. I see my grandma and grandpa. They all split the bills together. They both made money. They both paid. I don't know how much whom contributed, right? But yeah, it's totally logical. If you live together, why not? Like I said, unless you don't want her to work, then of course it's all on you. But if she's working, I mean, if she doesn't want to work, yeah, of course that's a different story. Then why would you even want to be with her, right? Because relationship is the union of two people, right? And then you have to communicate. You have to make these decisions before you get serious, okay? And if you ask me, you have to definitely discuss the financial situation. Who is taking care of what? How much each other contributes. And again, you also asked me before, would it be a deal breaker if a man loses his job, right? So my point is, it's never 50-50, right? To me, it's it's whomever is, okay, let's say today, okay, let's say you and I in a relationship, right? Okay, so I have this job, I'm not making that much, but you're making, so you're paying, let's say 80%, right? And then you get laid off, correct? So then I have to pick up where this your downfall. Okay, I'm not saying, okay, so you got laid off, you can't work until you find a different job. It's my responsibility to provide for us, right? Because once you're in a relationship, it's a union. Okay, this is how Slavic women, that's how we look at this, like it's us against the world, right? Two of us against the world. It could be against the family too. Some families are, ooh, but anyway. So what are the traits which you will strongly advise the man to look for in a lady who is after establish a lasting marriage? Okay, well, obviously loyalty. Definitely not a gold digger, but then sometimes it's kind of hard to tell, right? Um, traits. She has to be feminine. Okay, I think that's most Slavic women. Yeah, okay, I wouldn't even say most. The ones that I've met, and all of them, we're feminine. We like to look good, um, so look for someone who cares about you genuinely. Genuinely, yeah, genuinely, yeah. Okay. I'm thinking in Russian and then translating. I don't know. Anyway, so someone who's genuine, who loves you for who you are, right? And eventually, people will start showing their colors, right? So my suggestion is to get to know the person before starting anything serious, right? Build a relationship based on trust, right? Because without trust, there is no possible way in hell or heaven or in a different universe. Without the trust, you can never have a healthy relationship, ever, never. Because if you're just sitting at home and then she goes out for coffee with her friend, and then in the back of your mind is something nagging at you, you don't have the trust, you will always be insecure. Okay, vice versa, she will be insecure, right? So trust, make sure that she's trustworthy, and basically respect. But again, us Slavic women, we are raised the way that we respect our men, and it's not just men. We are raised to give everyone a certain amount of respect, no matter whom it is. Like, for example, we meet each other. I could be just another woman. I will give her that amount of respect that should be given. The rest is earned, right? The rest is earned. So, yes, you have to have a woman that will defend you, even if you're wrong. She will defend you to everybody else, but you will come home and she will give you crap and say, well, what were you thinking saying that or doing this, right? But she will still stick with with you and defend you. So trust, if you can trust her, obviously loyalty, and again, trust and loyalty kind of go hand in hand together. See many men share almost all the responsibilities with the ladies, cooking, cleaning. I see many men. Well, again, Santos, where are you from? Because for some reason, I thought, well, I thought you were from the Philippines. Where are you from? Can you tell me? What bear the common reasons for divorces among Ukrainians? Infidelity. Infidelity and abuse. Okay. Okay, I know for a fact I would not date, not even let alone marriage. But I would not date Slavic men. From my own experience, what I've seen, this is why Ukrainian women love North American men, because I think we're a match made in heaven. We are feminine. We are supportive of our men, and then North American men I see, because the way these modern North American women treat you guys are expected to pay the bills, to contribute, pay all the bills for the most part. You have to come home and then help her clean the house, this, that. So you're not even, I know you have all these questions and all these worries about, but think about what you are growing up and seeing in this society in in this side of the world. Sorry, I prefer to keep some ratio low. Okay, no problem. Okay. Okay, no problem. But anyway, so let's get back to the topic. Like I said, infidelity, and I know Slavic men could be abusive, not necessarily physically, but emotionally and mentally. Yes, I'm not saying all men, not all Slavic men, but I'm sorry to say that to all the Slavic men, because I've seen it. Okay, I've seen it. I know. Okay, so back in the day when I was growing up in Ukraine, and I left Ukraine when I was almost 18, 2 months shy of being 18. So everybody, I know, I don't know, back in the day, if you're not married by 18, God forbid, over 20, that's it, you called old maiden. So everybody would just get married when they're like, most of my classmates got married while I was still in high school, right? But I didn't have these intentions because I knew I was immigrated to Canada, so I couldn't. If I were to marry in Ukraine, then I would be stuck in Ukraine, right? I wouldn't be able to immigrate here because my dad sponsored me here. But anyway, but I've watched my classmates. They would get married. 2-3 months later, he cheated, and there you go. There's the divorce, right? Like I said before, I just think I'm 100% sure that if you are in a relationship, there should be no cheating, right? There should be no infidelity. I don't see the point. Why be in a relationship if you're just gonna be, messing around with others? Just stay single, right? So that's an abuse. Yes, I have talked to lots and lots of Ukrainian, Russian women. It's all comes down to either they're super abusive, super controlling, super obsessive. You don't really have an outside world. You can barely have any friends. They just kind of sit on top of you. You can't wear this. You can't go there. I understand. I mean, if you're planning on wearing something like really skimpy, up your butt, of course, if I was a husband, I would be upset about that too. But when it's like overbearing, right? Which I've been there before. That's what I'm saying, that I stuck around for way too long for that. But that's that's another conversation, I guess. But yeah, it's mostly that men, they think Slavic men are if they feel they're entitled because they look at Slavic women, they grew up there, so they see that we are submissive. Okay, we want our men to lead, we try to make them happy, and then once they get married, they just kind of feel like she's my wife now, where's she gonna go? Basically, that's exactly what happens. And when we meet a North American man, and they're really not used to having a woman who is feminine, who is submissive, who takes care of herself, because believe me, I haven't met one woman Ukrainian Slavic woman that is out of shape. We all exercise. We all take care of ourselves. I mean, yeah, okay, when you're a grandma, maybe get a little fat, whatever. But for the most part, we like to take care of ourselves. I mean, I take pride in, the way I look. I like to dress nice. I want my man to be proud to walk down the street with me, right? But so, yeah, so, okay. Thank you guys. Okay, thank you guys for being active here. Yeah, sorry again. I was trying to figure this thing out, and that's why I was late. I know you guys some disconnected and stuff, but I promise next Friday I'm not gonna be late. I'm gonna figure all these things out, and it was really nice chatting. I mean, me chatting mostly. Santos, thank you for wonderful questions. I hope I answered them, and yeah, I'll be back next Friday, same time. Well, actually earlier. So hopefully you come back, Santos, and we can chit chat some more. I can maybe, I don't know if you want to come on camera, unless you're shy, that's fine too. I have no problems answering any questions. Yeah, well, you're welcome, Santos. Thank you so much for listening, my blabbing. I'm a little nervous because it's my first time being really on my own, and yeah, I had difficulties. But yes, oh, thank you, Todd. You were listening in. Okay, yes, guys, thank you. Come back, please, next Friday. I'm not really sure what the topic is going to be yet, but you will get all the information sent to you. And I would really like you to join me again. And yes, we can discuss whatever questions you have. I'm an open book. This is why I'm here. I'm here to help you guys and the ladies as well to find true love, because it does exist. Because I thought I could never find someone, but I'm 42. I'll be 43. Finally happened for me. So I want everybody, because there's someone for everyone out there. And I know for a fact that Slavic women, well, I'm just looking at myself, I'm looking at my family, how women are, and all the friends that I have, we're just nice, we're feminine, we're sweet, we love to make our men happy. So, and I know there are a lot of men that being underappreciated where they live, right? Way underappreciated, and obviously also abused financially, mentally, emotionally as well. So I want to find your other half for you. Well, help you find it. I'm not gonna look for her myself, but yes, I want everybody to be happy, because happiness should rule the world. And yeah, okay, you guys, thank you very much. Oh, thank you, Santos. I did one. Thank you. I was really nervous too. Okay, you guys. So I will see you next Friday, 10 o'clock Mountain Time. That's where I am. So, okay, guys. Thank you. Thank you for being patient with me. And yes, I will see you next Friday. Okay. Bye, guys.
Today, it's completely free for you to have a video